And that's fine.
all I said.
Right, but you did not go down to the court again as it relates to land.
I've been down there.
You did not.
I've been down there.
Explain to me what happened when you went
When I went down there, I needed her to go down there.
No, you
I needed her to go down there.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did
Yes,
not.
I did.
No, you did not.
Your Honor, okay, the bottom line is then, okay, hold on, Ms. Honor. If he was confused and he thought he needed you to go down there,
He never came to me and said, Your Honor, he never came to me and said, well, both of us go down there together.
never said
He
that.
never said it.
Okay, I'd like to hear from your witness, ma'am. Please step up to the podium. Say your name. Ms. Hart, you are Mr. Brown's mother. And what would you like to add to this situation? Do you believe little land, 4-year-old Landon is your son's child?
I have my doubt.
You do. And why do you doubt?
Because when I was at work, someone came to me and told me I didn't get a blood test. Because his particular relative was saying that it was his child. So that's where the doubt came in, Your Honor.
So you were at work and someone came up to you and said, I think you should encourage son to get a blood test
Yes, sir.
because
Yes, Your Honor.
it's okay. I have a lot of
I was staying with him. I did not have no intimacy with no other person. I was staying with him. I didn't start speaking with nobody else until the end of February.
Now, this baby was born in October.
During Christmas, during the year of 2010, we still did the damn thing.
Giving it down to something else.
Well, okay, so you know, we're dipping and dabbing it. Hold on, Ms. Hyman. When you were dipping and dabbing with him in December, were you also with somebody else in that January, February, or February, March?
February, March.
In February, March.
I was already pregnant then.
But you said Landon was born in October. And so, if you count back all the way to December, that's almost 10 full months.
Right.
And then the other guy was around 8+ months.
Not 8 months, not been 8+ months, not 8 months. I was already pregnant then when I started dipping and dabbing with this other guy.
Bottom line is, 8 months or so before the child was born, you were having sex with another person. And then 10 months before the child was born, you were having sex with Mr. Brown. You don't feel there's a chance
No.
that it could be the other man's child?
Doesn't add up, Norm. It doesn't add up, Norm.
When it comes down to the case of my son looks nothing like this other man. This other man is 5'2". My son doesn't have no facial features, no anything as other young man. My son has the exact same birthmark on the same side as this young man. My son has the same lips, the ears, the eyes, the nose. He has my nose, the chin.
Your look don't mean nothing. You can take out a person so much that a child can come out looking like that person.
No, okay. But my whole thing, Your Honor,
I don't know that.
I'm sorry.
But Your Honor,
If we made that faulty evidence.
Your Honor, if we were sleeping with each other, how can we hang around each other for you to look for my child to look like if we wasn't around each other? How can it
So
happen?
you resent the fact, Ms. Hyman, that he even questions it all.
No, I don't resent the fact. I don't resent the fact that he questions it. I mean,
You believe it's a
I
snap here.
understand why he
Okay, so you can understand why this way.
Yeah, I can understand why.
All right.
But at the same time, he shouldn't question the fact when he sees my son. Everything that my son has is just like this young man.
I mean, it's smart. I'm not going through it.
I want to hear from the plaintiff's witness. Ma'am, please step up to the podium, state your name.
Demetrius Coleman.
And you are Ms. Hyman's mother. Ma'am, what would you like to add to this case?
First of all, I really respect Mr. Brown and his mother. We have been very close friends from the day that I met him. I love him as if he was my own child. But that being said, I love my daughter. Me and my daughter have a relationship, and I've asked her on numerous occasions, is this his child? Could it be somebody else's child? And she has told me every time, no. Yes, there has been questions of, he wants a DNA test. And after going through this for 3 years, looking at you one day, I was like, you know what? I called this partner and said, I'm calling attorney court. I'm going to get to the bottom of this because I feel like every child deserves those parents. And I know Mr. Brown would be a great parent. And in my heart, I believe it. And my heart, my soul, I believe it now.
I'm at the same level with that being said. If he is turned out to be our grandson,
So this is something that we've been asking, and it's like taking years from all of us away from someone that could have been our grandchild. Because neither one of them would step up to the plate and take care of it.
What the obvious question is why has it taken so long?
Us beefing with each other, us not being on the same page. It could be sometimes where I might be busy and he's busy. If I'm not busy, he might be out of town.
And I was always on the road.
And that's,
I was
so
always
he's
on the
always
road.
out
So
of
it-
town.
when I asked for it, so that tells you I have asked for it.
You have not asked for a DNA test. Your mother asked, not you.
Listen, you all are never gonna agree on that.
We're no.
You just not.
We're not.
My concern is I'm trying to think about this young, innocent little boy.
Yes, sir.
4 years. My son is 4 years old. I couldn't imagine 4 years a child growing up and not knowing who his father is.
I take care of my kids by myself. They live faithfully. They eat. They sleep. They got clothes on their back, a roof over their head, and lights, water. I do it by myself. So it doesn't really matter.
I think it matters for Landon.
It matters for Landon, but not for me.
Yeah. So he doesn't think of Mr. Brown
Or
or
when Mr. Brown comes in the house to think about the son, back him up, pat him on the head.
so wait, you come pick up the other son, but you don't pick up Landon?
Yes. Want me to tell you why? Because the reason why, because I haven't had a DNA test. All right. The other son, I have gotten a DNA test and found out he was mine, so I take care of him.
All right. So for 4 years, you've been coming in and out of the house. You all still know each other, talk to each other, see each other regularly, but you couldn't figure out how to get a DNA test done on this child.
That's what I
All right.
have asked.
I can't accept that, but it's reality. Mr. Brown, I have to ask you, what are your hopes? Hope Landon is doing?
Yes, I really want to know because, like my mom said, in years time we have lost 4 years. I'm not a bad man. I don't not try to just put him off like that. No, I never do that. You know, if he's mine, I take care of him, handle my responsibilities as a man. That's what I do.
And I never took that from him. I never took the fact that he was a man. I took the fact that he take care of his responsibility. I never took that from him.
All right, so Ms. Hyman, I have to ask you this. If Mr. Brown is the father, your claims will be substantiated. If he's not, what will you do?
Like, no doubt that he's not. He is the father. I know he is.
I'm ready for the results. Yeah. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics Limited as follows. In the case of Hyman versus Brown, when it comes to 4-year-old Landon Hyman, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Brown, you are not the father. You all right, Mr. Brown? Ms. Hyman, you assured this court that there were no other possibilities.
I really felt that he was.
Are you okay, Mr. Brown? Were you hoping that Mr. Brown became very disappointed?
It's just been going on years. I've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I'm sorry that this result didn't turn out favorable. I can see how hurt you are. Ms. Coleman, you say today you will be vindicated when the DNA test proves Mr. Bennett is the father of your 4-month-old daughter, Marlene.
Yeah.
You say the only reason he has doubt is because he's been through this situation in the past. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
Mr. Bennett, you say Ms. Coleman is a nymphomaniac who will sleep with just about anyone.
Yes.
In fact, you claim you caught her having sex with another man, which is exactly why you don't believe you are the father. Is that correct? So, Ms. Coleman, you are furious that Mr. Bennett is denying Marlene
Marlia, explain.
Well, Mr. Bennett has 7 kids, and he treats my baby like the Cinderella stepchild, and that's not what's going on because he's mistreating her. He doesn't like to keep her. I would ask him, could he watch her while I do my homework? 10 minutes later, he's bringing her back. I asked him for some diapers. He took some fruit to my granny house trying to apologize for being such a bad boyfriend and all that, and he just needs to get his priorities together because at the end of the day, regardless if you're going to be with me or whatever, my kids are still here and you still need to take care of my kids like you try to take care of the rest of them.
So, all right. We heard that. So, Mr. Bennett, are you treating her baby like she's a Cinderella stepchild?
I can't get no bond with her because I don't feel like it's my child. Why I'm gonna get a bond with a child for them and not be mine?
And so you feel like the child may not be yours, and so you don't want to establish the bond.
No, I don't. What for?
Why you not working?
Because at the time we was together.
Hey, where you was at?
Same time we was together.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
All right. So take me back. I want to understand the nature of this relationship. Miss Coleman, how'd you meet?
I met him at work on the app. He stopped me talking, flirting, making me laugh, swearing he was single, and when he do best, he's so friendly. And so, about a month later, I gave him my number. He came up. I let him be my booty call. Nothing more, nothing less. They see you go home.
it went on month later though.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it wasn't
You
about
said you let him be your booty call.
Yes, and that was it.
It went a month. It was about like 2 weeks.
Stay over there on your side. Stay over there on your side.
Let's be real.
I gave you my number in the beginning of April.
Come on.
Anyway, so about a month after that, can I come wash my clothes? And he never left.
Oh.
And now I just been impregnant ever since.
So he went from booty call to resident like that.
He claimed he was trying to go back home, but he ran out of gas and his car stopped and he was at my house ever since. I just don't know.
Why you ain't come out there? Why you ain't
Still
why
be coming back.
you got number 3 and you end up with
It ain't serious too.
what it is?
All right. So bottom line was the booty call
Yes,
became your live-in boyfriend.
yes.
Were you all committed? Were you using protection when you had sex?
I was committed. He wasn't. So it ain't nothing I can do to get out here.
What you committed to?
So I have sex life, not to you. Okay.
You committed to everybody else too.
No.
So?
Well, were you having sex with anybody else?
No, I ain't have sex.
Who else was you committed to? You just said it. Who else you committed to?
I was committed to our sex life,
You
and
was
that's
committed
nothing
to
no relationship because we don't do right.
Oh, I see what you mean. You were saying you're only having sex with him.
Right.
But you didn't have feelings like you all were going to be in this committed relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, because you felt like he was still having sex with other people.
He was. Yes.
You was saying that too?
No, I wasn't.
So, Mr. Bennett, we're here in paternity court. So, at some point in time, you believe she was cheating on you.
Yes, man, she was.
When did you come to that conclusion? What made you believe that?
When we moved to communicated with him at all at first. Like, no communication, period. We get into it, and then all of a sudden, I come back home. Yeah, but they buddy. Like, they real friends, and they know my kids' name and everything else. Like, what's up with that? So I asked about it. They made me suspicious about the gun. Like, all of a sudden, y'all talking to her. Y'all was talking it then. You know what I'm saying? And then she come and said, talking about some, oh, he cool. That's it. That's all. And all y'all went
He was playing.
Y'all went cool then.
So you thought she had gotten real buddy with the neighbor.
Yeah.
A neighbor she didn't even talk to before.
Yeah, no.
But all of a sudden after you were gone, you came back, now they're buddy. So you thought she was sleeping with the neighbor.
And he should understand that because my baby dark skin and men are skin. But the man,
I'm talking about the her
the
line
man
and
that is
all
dark is him, and my baby is
that.
dark.
The her line and all that.
Okay, well, you know, in this courtroom,
They look just for life.
we don't go by skin color in this courtroom. Because we know it doesn't add
Our
up.
first kid, light skin.
We know it doesn't add up.
My baby look more like him than the other ones he claimed that don't even know if it's him. How about that?
I'm looking at her too, baby.
Okay.
So, Mr. Bennett, what other reasons do you have that you feel like she was cheating?
Like one time, she went out with a friend. She went to the club, right? Okay, the friend sent me a picture of her car being outside when she supposed to be spending out at somebody else's house. Okay, when I looked at the picture, it was like about 5 o'clock in the morning. So I went to go get a homie. You know what I'm saying? I went to go get a homie. Boom, we go to the house. Can I show you the White House is? So I can finish explaining what it is.
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
Cross over to the exhibit.
Show you. This is our apartment building. My car was out here. I told my homie to stay right here, right? Cause right in that alley, you can't. It's our front door and this our side door. You can't get out. You can't go nowhere. So I came right here to this window right here. Put me here to the window. I can hear something. I don't know if they was doing it or if they was finished doing it. Cause you know you laugh after you get to having sex. Oh, just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying. Cause when we get to having sex, she fall out and stuff like that. We laugh. You know what I'm saying?
laugh.
That ain't even
We
funny.
talking everything.
So you heard a man inside the apartment.
He laughed because I was in the closet when he was beating on my window.
She said she claimed she was in the closet afterwards, but I don't think she was in the closet.
So you were beating on the window too?
Yeah, knocked on the window. Nobody came out. So after when nobody didn't come out, I got in the car and I left. I called the phone. Yeah, that's it. I called the phone. I kept constantly calling the phone. She wouldn't answer the phone. So I feel like she got caught up. So the next day, I phone you what you doing. So I was like, so what you do last night? Because that's my phone call text. She all the time about some I was gonna start a friend house, so I sent her the picture. Like this little car at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I had you over friend house. She talking about, oh, I can get around, I don't need my car, you don't go to work without your car. You feel me?
Okay, he's a liar.
But you just said you was in I'm a liar. Did you just say you was
He's
in
a liar. Let me tell you what was
Did you
going
not just
on.
say that?
Be quiet.
Did you not just
He's
say
a
that?
liar. Let me tell you what was going on. I went to work that day. We was already out on good terms. I got up at 8 o'clock. And I told him, I'm going out. And he told me I was going out. So, anyways, I go out or whatever, and I go back home. Now, he was up there messing around with that little bitty girl. That little young girl. She said she had parking conflict and things at the business. He was out there with her in the car doing whatever they supposed to be doing. That's how he knew I went home. So he came back at 6:09 in the morning, came beating on all my windows in my bedroom. So when he beat the first time, I thought somebody had dropped something upstairs. I was like, hey, what they doing? He beat again. I said, because I was asleep. So he beat again. So I went and got in the closet because I just thought he was going to go ahead and beat the car door in once he got around there.
But he thought you were in there with a man.
But and then he thought wrong because if I was in there with him, I would have opened the door and let him beat him up. Okay? I'm not going to mess with nobody that can't win. No, baby. I'm not going to mess with nobody that can't beat you up. That's stupid. Okay? So I told you to mess with people that beat you up. And you be wondering why they pulling up. Okay? Like, that's crazy.
So you just basically pulling up on
Yes, because you stupid.
So
you make this go.
you went ahead in the closet.
Yes, because I thought he was going to beat me up.
But you knew it was him.
Yeah.
Why not just open the door and say, what's your problem?
No, because he crazy.
I've been trying to find it out for
No, because he like to argue and stuff. He like to argue and come in there and walk through your house like that. You are on one
Yeah, I'm
kid.
gonna walk through the house if it's somebody else in
You
there.
don't stay there, baby. That's my house.
Oh, I ain't staying there 2 months.
No, you haven't been there since May. Let's get this understood.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
Okay.
Okay, so take me to the time you found out you were pregnant with Marlene.
Okay, so
What happened?
we were working at the same job, and we worked the Sunday through Wednesday schedule, so it was a Saturday night. And, okay, we get water, it's going down, okay, and
about to happen. And I said, well, 2 more minutes. And he was like, I don't have 2 more minutes. And then I go on break.
I do want the truth. I do want that. But the explicit truth, got the visual. So the bottom line is, you don't do the withdrawal method and you come up pregnant. And tell me how you told him.
Well, he told me, so I didn't have to tell him. So when I went to the doctor,
Who else was involved?
he was there after pregnancy. He was going to the doctor and stuff until he got mad at me. When he get mad at me, he won't show up. And then every time he get mad at me, that's when the baby's not here. And he'll always say, my baby don't look like him, but the little girl that he do have, they don't look like him. But that baby looks like I'm always frozen up in my face.
Okay, so other than believing she slept with a neighbor or someone else at 4 a.m., what other reason, Mr. Bennett, do you have to doubt?
She done told me 10 times like about just like yesterday. She told me yesterday, don't worry about my kids, worry about the other things you got. These two ain't told me.
No, I said you didn't have to see these two. I didn't say it's on yours. You didn't have to see these
all the
kids
time.
on paper.
You say that all the
Then with how they gonna take time you can't buy them.
Same, we ain't been doing it.
No.
So wait a minute, are you saying, Mr. Bennett, that Ms. Coleman has said to you these are not your kids?
I said it multiple times. She even she don't even pick up my other baby mamas. They wouldn't laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? This how terrible girl is.
He wakes up every day and humiliates me on Facebook. He get online, I'm a bad mom. He gonna turn me into the people. I don't do this, I don't do that. Like he'll go laugh like 25 minutes at a time and like dog me. Like I ain't never did nothing for him, took care of them kids. Like they sent over there to the house looking like nobody care about. I don't know, tell them I'm hungry. Off my teeth. I'm a full-time student. I still have my classes. I'm a full-time student. When I was pregnant, I started saving for everything from my baby. He sit on the couch and ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing.
It doesn't help us. I wish all this arguing, fussing, and fighting and back and forth could go back to change time and we could just know who Marlena's biological father is and you all be supporting her and raising her together. I wish that we could do that, but we can't. We're here. This is it. And it doesn't matter how much you bash her or Miss Coleman, how much you bash her. It doesn't change the fact that both of you all had a part to play in why you arrived here today. You do. And Marlena is now 4 months old. She's a beautiful little girl. You say Mr. Bennett is not treating her the way a father should treat a daughter.
No.
He's not providing for her.
No.
And not stepping up to the plate.
No.
I have to ask you, Ms. Coleman, can you tell the court that there was just not one other person you were intimate with during that time where there would be a question about Marlena's paternity?
I was not with nobody at all.
Absolutely no surprises.
None.
Jerome, I'm ready for the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Coleman versus Bennett, when it comes to 4-month-old Marlena Bennett,
your name? I'm Katie.
My name is Julie.
My name is Nora. I'm Sarah. I've been driving for about almost 10 years. 27 years. 20 years, oh my god. Right away when I turned 18, I started driving. It was one of the best feelings in the world. How long does it have to be? Either I'm driving too fast and I'm crazy, or we're in the car, there's a lot of comments coming. I could have stayed behind that truck. Oh, you guys drive like grandmoms. Are you driving? Am I driving? Why are you taking this route? It's very hard for you. Women can't drive. We can't stay focused on the road. If they should be allowed on the road at all. Yeah, it's probably putting her makeup on there. We don't know how to park. Women don't know anything about cars.
Of course it was a woman.
That's what I hear. What's your name?
My name is Steffa. Nora is my mother.
Julie is my mom.
Me and Steffa.
Katie's my mom. I think my mom is a good driver.
She's very responsible.
I feel safe.
Words can't even describe how much I appreciate her.
Smiling when she's driving. You are a good driver.
The strongest woman in the world.
They can't share this to a pregnant person.
Yeah.
It was good. It was nice to see you and nice to hear.
I'm a professional driver too. I think women are good drivers. I am a good driver. I can get paid for it. I love doing it.
I feel safer if the drivers are looking off. So just relax and enjoy my ride.
Shut up and let me drive.
You are the father. That's your baby. Beautiful little girl.
Pretty solid now, ain't it?
That's exactly what I was thinking. So much to say until now.
Still don't change the fact that you do everything else you need.
And you still ain't got to ever worry about seeing or doing for it.
Listen, no, we're not going there. We're not doing that.
I gotta deal with that.
We're not doing that.
I gotta deal with that every day. Every day.
We're not doing that.
I know how to
But you know what, Mr. Bennett? No, because this is a good moment for me to have you understand this. You and every other man that decide they're going to sleep with a young girl, but then you're going to expect once you get her pregnant, you're going to all of a sudden get maturity. But you want maturity from her that you don't show. You can't get what you don't get. You have had a child with a young woman who just last year got to have first drink at a bar or go to a nightclub. But now all of a sudden it's like, this is what I gotta deal with. I mean, sometimes the men kill me with this, but this is what I gotta deal with. Yeah, you live with it, you deal with it.
Think Close-Up only gives you freshness. Think again. Close-Up cleans, protects, and refreshes too. Now with your fresh formula, it cleans deeply to prevent loopholes. New Close-Up cleans and protects.
Miss Nash, you say a brief fling resulted in you becoming a mother, and you are sick and tired of raising your daughter alone. So you've opened your case today to prove to the defendant that he fathered your 7-month-old daughter, Zion Nash, so that he will finally step up. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brewer, you testify that you saw another man going in and out of the plaintiff's home at the time of conception. You claim there's no way you fathered her daughter and refused to support another man's child. Is that correct? So, Ms. Nash, has the defendant helped at all with your daughter?
No, Your Honor, not at all. He hasn't bought a pamper. He hasn't bought a bottle, not a bottle of water. Nothing.
And Zion is 7 months old.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is that like having to care for a newborn alone with no help?
It's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. The fact that he stays 2 doors down, I think that's what really just tears me up. I never can go over there for help or anything. If I ever reach out to him for anything, I can never do anything. The most I get from him is a text message.
And that's heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
Look at Mr. Brewer and tell him what those tears mean.
These tears are mostly disappointment, Josh. I really just kind of expected for you to just help, you know, a little bit more. I mean, honestly, it's not any at all. So I really just expected just a little bit more.
But if you're not sure she's mine, why should I?
We had sex, Josh. Yeah, it's a possibility. The possibility is what she is there.
And if you 85% sure, then why still do you feel like I should put up?
89.9. So that 11%, I think that's real. That's mine.
You said, hold on, Mr. Nash, you said it was 89.9%.
That 11% is very minor. Yeah, absolutely.
The point is that you basically are saying you're not 100%.
Absolutely, yes. Because I was dating someone a month or so prior to me, you know, having sex with Josh. But I was also a lesbian for almost 13 years. So it's not like I out here.
So you do honor the fact that it is a potential,
Absolutely.
very much a reality that your child could be this other person.
Absolutely.
But you believe Mr. Brewer is
Believe.
a father. So, Mr. Brewer, you obviously feel like that's too much of a
most part, like I said, we are neighbors. We live in the same apartment building, which was simply neighbor things. Hey, how you doing? Run some in the hallway, and then it turned into personal when I ended up needing help in my apartment.
She turned me into Mr. Fix It.
Oh, she turned you into it?
Well, I oh, you didn't want to do it. Well, I mean, that's fine. Either way, you might have not wanted to have sex either, but you did. Right? Anywho, I asked him if I could cook down here after we couldn't get the stove situation.
Oh, so you asked him to come over to your apartment and fix the stove,
Yes, ma'am.
and then things really heated up. Did you seduce him, Miss Nash?
I didn't have to really work that hard.
Oh, this is getting interesting, right, Jerome? So, after the dinner, you started to have a little dessert. Did you use protection?
Clearly not.
Oh,
We're here.
okay. So, clearly, since you admitted there was another guy, this was not an exclusive committed thing.
Oh, absolutely not. We never were in a relationship. We never.
So, take me to the day you found out you were pregnant. How did you find out?
Well, when I found out that I was pregnant, maybe the next day I think I called him and we sat down and talked about it.
So you did?
Yes, ma'am.
How did that conversation go?
She texted me and asked me was I busy at the time. I'm like, nah, I'm in the house making me some breakfast or whatever. And she come down, I ain't got no shirt on and Mr. Sexy. So I'm just sitting there, she talking to me, and she like, I'm pregnant. She saw the couch, I'm pregnant. I immediately told her like, you need a DNA test. She had
No, absolutely not, Your Honor. Actually, what you said was, do you want to keep the baby? That's what he
I
said.
don't remember saying that.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I don't remember that.
That's fine.
Okay, so you answered yes.
Yes, I told him this is a blessing. I would never get rid of my child. He let it be known instantly that he did want a DNA test. So he kind of set the tone for what I should expect.
I hear the pain behind your words.
To be honest, Your Honor, I really think that him being so close to me is what tears me up. When my baby is crying, we're not having issues with her period. I can't call him or get help from him.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Stream local and international shows on Showmax. Original streaming service. Sign up at showmax.com.
So this is what I want to know. Take me to the birth. When Zion was born, obviously Mr. Brewer didn't attend any doctor's appointments with you.
Absolutely.
And so you had this baby by yourself? Or was someone else with you?
Absolutely, Your Honor. My mother was with me, but I did text him to let him know that I was going into labor.
I don't remember that. I just got a picture.
I told him the room number. He said, I'll try and make it.
You sure that was me?
He never made it.
You sure that was me?
No, it wasn't you. It was a text message.
Okay.
So when
I
she
don't remember what hospital she was at or nothing.
I know you don't.
You
didn't care that much.
You didn't tell.
Josh, you have to walk past my apartment to get to yours. So for you to say you don't hear
So
her
I'll check on you. I'll text you.
through text message, absolutely. Y'all,
You good? Your distance.
y'all
You know,
good.
this is what you want.
We good.
But I told you. All you gotta do is call.
And I never received anything from you.
That is true.
Okay.
So you're saying you did make an effort.
I did.
And the first time you ever saw a picture of the baby was after Zion was born.
She was born.
And then what did you do? Once you saw the picture, did you say, I want to meet the child, I want to figure out, let's get a DNA test? What was your response?
First thing was the DNA test.
We still waiting on that. That's why we here.
We gonna find
I bet you we gonna find out.
So, Mr. Brewer, you are convinced Ms. Nash was sleeping with other men during this time.
I've seen her walk in her apartment with another man.
Okay. All right.
Well, you walk into your apartment with men and women. I'm not assuming that you're having sex with either one of them. To you,
So,
I don't have to
you
feel
submitted an exhibit. Please cross over to the monitor and explain the exhibit you brought.
Now, this is laptop. Always. She coming in with another man got it like this.
You should have said hey.
Well, I spoke to both of
You
y'all.
should have said hey.
I spoke to both of them.
Oh, okay. I don't
You
remember.
said what's up, I said what's up.
Mm.
I'm looking at them. They finna get dirty. I'm already knowing.
How do you know they're about to get dirty?
I'm knowing.
How do you know that they're
I
about to
know love.
Was this during the time of conception?
I think we probably just had sex a couple days ago. And then probably had sex about a week after.
So you see her with another man going into an apartment, and then she tells you she's 89.9% sure you're the father.
She said,
So immediately, when you think about that other 15%, your mind goes to,
it ain't mine. That's how I'm thinking.
okay, so you go stand up by the podium because you're about to start clowning, and you know I don't tolerate
No, I ain't
in the courtroom.
I ain't
So, have you developed a relationship with Zion at all? Have you seen her? Have you held her?
I done played with her.
He's seen her.
She always
He's
smiles.
seen her approximately 5 times. I can count on my hand literally 5. 5 times in 7 months.
Including yesterday.
So that made 5. You don't have a relationship with my daughter. So you've seen her 5 times in 7 months, and you live 2 doors down. So you all have had sex more than you've seen the child. Oh. See, that's when we found out the priorities.
Okay. All right, Your Honor, because that's where I was at with it. I knew what I was getting involved in, but it was too late. Like, I'm not getting rid of my daughter. She is.
I never told you to get rid of her.
I would have regretted totally. Look at my baby. To get rid of her. You a fool for not even wanting to participate.
You a fool for saying you ain't 5%.
I know, but I'm honest though, and that's why I told her. I didn't have to tell you anything.
You did?
Okay, so you might want to just check yourself because I did you a favor.
All right.
Well, hold on. Let's not get into all of this negativity. That doesn't even help us. This other guy, Miss Nash, where is he? Have you ever told him?
Absolutely. And we both sat down and we talked about the same things. But the fact that Mr. Joshua has the most percentage, that's where I'm at. We're gonna start at the top and we'll work out.
So you know this percentage, you developed the calculation to this. You do know that.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day,
You got to go? You checking your watch? Okay. You got somewhere to be?
No.
I didn't think so. That's rude.
I thought.
Cause you real macho. You got all the man moves. You ain't got time. You on your time schedule. It would have taken less time for you to go to the store and get a condom than it did for you to fly here and appear in attorney court. But these are the life lessons we learn.
Yes, it is.
But we don't disrespect children. What I want to understand now is, how did you do this calculation? How do you arrive at that percentage?
I arrived there simply because they have the same features. Just honestly, she doesn't really have any of my features like that.
You submitted evidence to the court, a diagram, which you say outlines those similar features.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
You say Zion has the same receding hairline as Mr. Brewer.
Look at what he did to my baby. I don't have a receipt now.
Feature number 2. You say that Zion has the same round head as Mr. Brewer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Lastly, you say Zion sleeps with her mouth open,
Wide open.
just like Mr. Brewer. So, all of these overwhelming similarities lead you to believe that this is Mr. Brewer's biological child.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
So after this evidence, Drew, I don't even think we need the result. You got a round head, a receding hairline, and sleep with a mouth open. That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Whew. Well, look. You know, I don't even think this would amount to 89.9 in any calculation. However, I do understand when you don't have the cooperation of the potential father, and I can only imagine looking at a beautiful new baby, innocent, and you are literally studying features to determine which man is her biological father. And so this other man, has he ever seen Zion? he's done more for her than he's done.
But you don't believe he's her biological father.
No, and he knows that as well.
But does he believe he's her biological
No,
father?
ma'am. We both know the truth. We are here at the same lane.
So have y'all did the DNA test?
No, because as I stated in the beginning, we're gonna start at the top and we'll work our way down. And then we were waiting for you to do the DNA test, you know.
He was waiting too?
No, baby. Me and my baby, we were waiting. Okay?
I will say this about you both. You all have stated your case. You have stated clearly why you believe what you believe, feel the way you feel, and how you both understand you arrived in this courtroom. And I think the only thing left to do is to get the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Nash versus Brewer, when it comes to 7-month-old Zion Nash, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Brewer, you are the father. You are the father.
Can I have your
little girl?
I apologize.
Thank you, Your Honor. Really overjoyed right now.
Mr. Brewer, your baby girl is 2 doors down from you, and you barely laid eyes on her. I'm sure you understand what daddies mean to little girls. So you know you got some time to make up. And this is serious.
Oh, I know.
I'm not crying for nothing, Josh. I don't want you to have a hard time.
I can see the earnest look in your eyes. I see this matters to you.
Now that I know, she gonna meet her sisters and everything.
Ms. Walker, you have petitioned the court for a DNA test and want to prove that the defendant is the father of your 13-month-old son, Bentley. You admit that there was another man, but Hope, Mr. Khan, is Bentley's dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Khan, you have been in an on-again, off-again relationship with Ms. Walker and say you desperately hope Bentley is your son, but have substantial reason to doubt that you are the biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Walker, why is it so important to prove that Mr. Khan is Bentley's biological father?
It's important to me because I want the best for my son. He deserves for us to know. I feel that Jerry is the best choice.
So you are admitting that there are other possibilities.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Khan has developed a relationship with your son.
Yes, they have a very good bond. They're so good together. It makes me so happy to see them together. And Jerry deserves this more than anything.
And Mr. Khan, I can see the tears in your eyes as you look at Bentley. I can see.
The last person to carry on my name, and I would really like to find out if it's mine, so I can tell my grandma if she has a grandson or not.
And you really love this baby.
Yes, ma'am. I love him with all my heart. I just hoping he's mine.
Ms. Walker, I want to get into this because I want to understand how we got here. What was the nature of your relationship with Mr. Khan? What are you all in a committed relationship? What kind of relationship is this?
We were in a committed relationship for 6 years. We had our problems and we wound up parting ways for 3 years. And another guy came into the picture. I found out that he was unfaithful to me. And Jerry has always been there for me. He's always been my rock. And I called him and I went back to him. That was the day that we got together for the first time since we split up.
Mr. Khan, what is it about Ms. Walker you love?
parted ways. He was my soulmate.
And so there's a lot riding on today's results.
Yes, Your Honor.
Take me to the day you found out you were pregnant with Bentley.
I'd had some morning sickness and I had missed my cycle. So I took a test and it came out positive. I didn't really have no worries then until later on whenever I went to get a test done at a doctor. They gave me an ultrasound and they told me what my conception date was. That's when I started panicking.
All right, so who were you dating at this point? When you decide, I think I should take a pregnancy test, who were you with?
The other man.
The other man. You were with this other man,
Yes.
but you were also obviously sleeping with Mr. Khan because he wouldn't even be a possibility.
Correct. I found out the other man had been unfaithful, and then so I took off and I called Jerry, and he let me come stay with him, and that's when me and Mr. Khan hooked up.
So, Mr. Khan, do you remember that weekend?
Yes, I do. Because my father was in the hospital. I was in a very emotional state of mind, and we hooked up. And then I found out my father passed, and immediately went to his aid. Or whenever I got back home, she wasn't there, so I just figured she went back to the other guy.
So you left again, Miss Walker?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say this was the love of your life, your soulmate, the other guy has cheated on you. What happens? Why you leave?
I wish I could answer that question. I don't know. Part of me is drawn to the other man. I don't know what it is. I wish I knew.
So you run back to the other man. You find out you're pregnant when you go back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who do you tell?
The other man.
And what was his response?
He was happy. At this point, he didn't know that I had been with Jerry.
You submitted a calendar to the court. I'd like to review that. So you go to the doctor on January 12th.
Yes, Your Honor.
They tell you you are 9 weeks pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
So they tell you your date of conception is November 17th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did they give you a window or did they just tell you this was the date?
That was the date.
They gave you a date of conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wow. So they could pinpoint it that much.
Yes.
And that made you nervous. You said you started panicking.
Yes.
Why?
Because I knew I'd been with both men on that day.
So as you look at November 17th, you admittedly had sex with Mr. Khan that morning,
Yes, Your Honor.
but had sex with the other man that evening.
Yes, Your Honor. It's not something I'm proud of.
Whoa. So at what point do you tell Mr. Khan I'm pregnant? Because at this point we know what happened on that date.
Whenever I went to the doctor, when I found out the conception date, I wasn't exactly sure what day his father had passed away. So I called him to ask him, and that's whenever I told him.
And so throughout this pregnancy, were you involved, Mr. Khan? Did you go to hospital visits?
No, because me and the other man do not get along too well, and I didn't want to start any conversation.
So wait a minute. You say you and the other man, so after you found out you were pregnant, Miss Walker, you stayed with the other man?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was he at Bentley's birth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did he sign the birth certificate? potentially have scoliosis.
Yes, I've heard it might be hereditary.
Do you see some of those signs, Mr. Khan, when you look at Bentley?
Yes, I've seen the slight curvature of the spine.
And so your question is, now, could this be my son? I could potentially pass this condition down to him.
Yes.
But Bentley has never been diagnosed.
No, Your Honor.
And I'd like to find out at an earlier point in time if he's mine. That way he doesn't go through back surgery like I did.
Well, I'm going to call on some medical help. I'd like to call in Dr. Samantha Brown Park. Jerome, can you please escort the doctor in? I want to ask her some questions about scoliosis and whether it has anything to do with maternity. Hello.
Hi, Your Honor.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Brown Park. The court has heard testimony that baby Bentley looks like he potentially has turning in his spine. Mr. Khan says he does have scoliosis and it was passed down to him from his father. This court wants to know, is scoliosis genetic? Does it have a genetic component where we can potentially connect it to paternity in any way?
So let's back up just a little bit. Scoliosis is the sideways curvature of the spine, which is abnormal. It's the most common spinal malformation that happens in children. It starts around third grade when they start doing sports. So at his age, it would be very difficult to diagnose
Because he's just 13 months.
he's only 13 months. That being said, in twin studies, which is the best kind of study that we can get to look to see for inheritability of a disease, it shows us that 38% of those cases are inherited from a parent.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
That is huge.
That kind of lends itself to the potential that Mr. Khan could be Bentley's biological father, since he has the condition.
That's a distinct possibility.
And so, now that you've heard this testimony, Mr. Khan, before I go to the results, can you state to the court what your hopes are today?
I hope that Bentley is my son.
And what about the relationship with Miss Walker? Is the relationship on the line for you?
If she calls me, I'm there for her.
And so how does it make you feel to hear him express that level of unconditional love for you, Miss Walker?
It makes me feel great, but it makes me so terrible at the same time. Because he deserves so much. He deserves to be loved back that way.
I want you to look at Mr. Khan and I want you to tell him what that love means for you.
It means so much to me that you were there for me like you are. You always have been, and I know you always will be. And I want for you and want Bentley to be yours because you deserve it. You deserve more than anything in the world.
How does it feel to hear her say she wants Bentley to be your child?
I wouldn't have helped her out if she didn't care for me and feel like she wanted Bentley to be mine.
And if he isn't, have you prepared yourself?
I mean, I've been going through it for a year and a month now, so yeah.
I want to put that confusion to rest. It's time. You wrote down your emotions. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Walker versus Khan, when it comes to 13-month-old Bentley, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Khan, you are not the father. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
I know that was not the result either of you wanted. You said, Ms. Walker, you testified that this result would point you in the direction where you felt you needed to go. What does that mean?
I have to let the other man be his father still. But I don't want to be with him. I would like to work out for Jerry still.
Mr. Pound, how do you feel about that? Are you willing to continue to work on the relationship even though Bentley is not your biological child?
Yes, ma'am.
You are. Ms. Johnson, you and your mother say even though the father of your 2-year-old son, Jaden Taylor, is a deadbeat dad, he has never denied him up until a couple of weeks ago. And today you claim to have medical evidence that proves Mr. Taylor is the father of your son. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Taylor, you and your mom say you have valid reasons why you believe you are not Jaden's biological father, and you now refuse to be in his life because he's not your child. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Johnson, explain to me what happened a couple of weeks ago.
My son was over his house. He was only over there 5 days, and he texted me like, "You need to get your son," and I'm not getting him until I get a blood test. Like,
Out of the blue?
out of the blue, yes. And I have here some evidence too.
What kind of evidence?
A message.
Come on, let me see this. So wait, out of the blue, you all are co-parenting this little boy. How that you handed me?
The message.
This is the message. Oh, he sent you a text.
Yes, on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook. All right. It says, hey, get your son. I'm not getting him till I get a blood test. Somebody told me what you said, so I don't want him till I get a blood test. RS. I won't repeat that. I don't need him another day. You sent this message, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you send this out the blue?
It was actually a week ago. Me and my son was in the house playing around. I was told someone was outside for me. I went outside. A girl told me she had something to tell me about my baby mother. She said Ms. Johnson told another girl that Jaden wasn't mine. So I inboxed Ms. Johnson and told her I don't want him another day, and I want him.
So you actually had Jaden at that time?
Yes.
At that point, you thinking this is my biological child, I'm spending time with my son.
Yes.
And then somebody just comes over your house knocking on the door?
Yes. I mean, I believe it because she always say stuff like that. Like, she always say that he's not mine. I have actually...
I've never heard her say that. I've never heard her say that.
I actually have a recording saying she said he's not mine. So you can hand this up.
You have a recording?
Yes.
Oh. Well, let me hear that. Where is it, in the voicemails?
Yes.
So just hit play and I'll hear the voicemail.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's not your baby. That's not your baby. You're right. That's not your baby. Somebody else today. Somebody else today. They come off of you. That's ridiculous. They come all the way to me off of you. Period. Take them off. Now, and I'm gonna come get my own baby. How about that? So that's mine. That's my baby.
Whoa. Miss Johnson, is that you?
Yes, it is.
This is you telling him it's not his child.
Yes, this is after he messaged me that.
And that's all on the blue on my. If he's denying it, I mean, why wouldn't she say it? I don't blame her. You tell her, you say come get your baby, so of course they're young. You're gonna say whatever to make him mad, just like you saying stuff to make her mad.
So you believe, Miss Johnson, that she's just talking out of anger?
Yes, I think that was all I asked.
Well, wait a minute. You didn't just say it's my baby. You said you're right, it's not your baby.
Yeah, because he don't have to be. That's what I said.
So let me ask you this, Miss Johnson. Why do you think someone would just randomly come up to him and start talking about how you told somebody that he's not Jaden's biological father?
I think he made it up. Me personally.
Why do you think he'd make it up, Miss Johnson?
Because he don't want to step up to the plate and be a dad. He does nothing. He just,
That's a lie.
What
I
you
do
do?
everything for
What proof? Where's the proof?
You ain't seen him in 5 months, so what you do?
I have a lot of proof. I think.
Okay, where is it? Can you see it?
Yeah, you see that?
Oh.
You ain't got that?
So wait a minute.
He don't have to have receipts. She know we do.
No, it's for free. That
She know
don't
we do.
nothing.
It don't
What do you
it's
do,
free.
Reed?
I buy him stuff. It doesn't matter.
Right, you don't have to
He
do
taken care of. Right. At the end of the
All
day,
right, let's get some order.
at the end of the day, when he's at my house and Jalen has something to do, Miss Johnson will not come and get him. I text her one time, my daughter texted her and said, can you come and get him? My mama needs to go to the hospital. She never showed up.
So you're saying Miss Johnson leaves Jaden there and doesn't come back and pick him up?
Don't come back and get him.
That's usually why I don't get him, because she never come back.
It took for my son to have pneumonia. Pneumonia in the hospital. Mild pneumonia in the hospital for them to even answer the phone. Like, you don't even know. That's irritating. It's like, you don't even, he's lying. You're lying.
To cut off the phone. If you gotta hunt somebody down to get the baby first of all, and then you probably get the baby, then you want to call. Can you come back? Make up all these stories. You hadn't had him in a while. He just, ain't even a trip this far.
Well, okay, this is just
I sent messages.
is there any communication?
No,
There is.
no, it's not.
We hardly talk, because I don't like talking to her. As you see through the voice, that's how she talks.
No,
No.
because
That's how she talks.